What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a quick experiment with some cabin air filters on my Ram 1500, 5th gen to be exact. So if you have one of these, you may or may not know the AC is pretty weak. It just doesn't get as cold as other cars do. It doesn't get as cold as my 4th gen did. Although one thing I want to mention is my 4th gen did not have a cabin air filter. So I don't know if that is the difference between the 5th gen and the 4th gen. We're going to do an experiment and find out here in a minute. But first, if you could, hit that like button. It helps the channel more than you know. And just like always, we're going to get right to it. But first, I want to go over a few things. So we're going to see what the temps are with the OEM filter. And then we're going to go with no filter. And then we're going to slap in the K&N cabin air filter and see which one will give us the coldest air. So really quick, I've been running without an air filter in the truck for a little over a week now. Probably actually almost 2 weeks. And I feel like the air is colder. We'll find out if it actually is. I've never actually tested the temperature, but the seat of the pants feel definitely seemed colder than having the OEM filter in there. Although I did notice slightly more dust in the truck. It got a little bit dirtier than normal, a little bit dustier than normal. I keep the truck pristine on the inside, so I definitely notice it being a little bit more dusty than with the filter installed, obviously. But like I mentioned, my 4th gen didn't have a cabin air filter at all, so I didn't actually know how dirty they could get inside without a filter. But now I know, so let's get to it. All right, so quick close-up of the K&N, just your typical aftermarket high-flow filter. Extremely high quality, much better, much thicker than the OEM paper filter. $35 versus $25 for the OEM. I have a feeling it's going to be a no-brainer as long as it performs well. This is essentially a lifetime filter. When it gets dirty, you just wash it out, dry it, throw it back in. Obviously, it doesn't require any oil, being a cabin air filter. Although this only has about 7,000 miles of use, it is, for the most part, clean. But if you look, it does have some dirt starting to pile up inside there. So I have a feeling that after a year of use, this thing's going to be pretty much useless, and it's going to need to be replaced. So you call it $25 a year for a cabin air filter versus $35 for one that should last forever. Seems like a no-brainer. Hopefully it performs well, but we will find out. Okay, guys, so here we are with the OEM cabin air filter. I've got AC set to max, fan on 7, and it is set to face only. So been running for about 10 minutes now. There are the temps. So stock air filter, we are at 45.5 degrees. Like I said, been running for about 10 minutes now. Hasn't really changed. It's fluctuating between 0.1 to 45.4. So we'll just call it 45 degrees. Now again, this is just sitting here idling. Obviously the temps are going to be a little bit colder as you're driving, but we're going to see what performs best. So just drop down to 44.8. Alright guys, so same test. AC set to max, everything all the same, temps still pretty warm, so no air filter installed. We're at 43.9. Again, truck's running for about 10 minutes, so now we will swap to the K&N and see what kind of results we get with that. But 43.7 is pretty good, no air filter installed. Alrighty, so with the K&N installed, we're at 43.2. Again, by the way, just want to show you guys, every vent is open. So I'm not cheating the, it's open. Open. So I'm not cheating the test by any means. There's no reason to, because I'm a consumer just like everybody else, and I want the best AC possible. So now we're down to, oh, it said 42.8, yeah. 42.8 to 43 degrees. So guys, there you have it. The clear winner is the K&N. And it's kind of funny, with every test we dropped almost exactly a degree. You know, starting with the OEM, going to no filter, and then going to the K&N. They each dropped a degree. So the clear winner here is the K&N. It's definitely a no-brainer, being that it is only $10 more than OEM. It is reusable, rewashable, should last a lifetime. It actually smells pretty good. I just noticed a cleaner smell. It doesn't have any scents, but I do notice a slight difference in the smell of the air, I guess. Even though I just said there's no scent, it's like clean air coming through the vents. If you get it, you'll see what I mean. I think it is a no-brainer to get the K&N. You know, every degree helps in our trucks. Now, supposedly there's other ways you can improve the AC. You can block the coolant off from going to the heater core, and I don't even know what kind of results you get with that. And I'm kind of curious to know. So if anybody has that, I believe it's called Muzzies. I believe is the name of that kit that you can buy to cut off the coolant going to the heater core. If anybody has that, I'd definitely like to hear what your temps are with that installed and the valve obviously closed. But again, 35 bucks and you're going to have a reusable filter. I think it's a no-brainer to install this anyway, just because you're going to save so much money over time. So I hope this video helps, guys, and we will catch you on the next one.